A viewer suggested to me that I should check out the relationship between AI and crypto, and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So I got to work asking the popular bot developed by OpenAI, ChatGPT. For those of you who might not have heard about it, ChatGPT is a conversational artificial intelligence program developed by OpenAI. It was designed to give human-like responses using a large collection of information that it has gathered. So I was beginning to wonder, can it give me good responses? Can it help me answer questions to find the next big crypto project? Let us put it to the test. Yeah, that's not that helpful. So, I decided to change my approach. I know that there are a lot of great crypto projects out there, and maybe I just need to tweak my questions a little bit, ask it the right questions, and maybe ChatGPT can help me find them. Now we are getting somewhere. And honestly, this response is very good. It almost feels like ChatGPT is a subscriber to my channel because I always hammer down these points that it has raised here. Okay, so the first thing we see is a word of caution, which I believe is very essential when researching any cryptocurrency projects. There's a lot of false promises out there, promising moonshots and the likes, and ChatGPT says we should be careful, but here are a few things to look out for in looking for a great project. Look at the latest developments in the cryptocurrency space. Right now, I believe the narratives would be in decentralization of certain aspects like social media, storage, and voting and stable coins. So ChatGPT is essentially telling us that we should keep an eye out for the latest trends and developments. This is actually a practice that will help you not just in cryptocurrency, but in many other investing and financial space. The next tip is to research teams behind the projects we're interested in. Look at the people backing a project, not just anonymous teams, people who have a history and experience developing good projects. There are many projects out there that have false advertisements, fake teams that aren't able to do anything. So it's important to look at the team behind each project. Also, look at if the project is able to deliver real world use cases. And honestly, I can't stress this enough. I've said it when covering things like quants. Always look for projects that have real world use cases, projects that can actually deliver something that people actually want, need, and use, because that's what is able to generate demand, not just hype. Any project that is running based on hype cannot maintain that hype. Those projects are going to die out, they are going to fizzle out sooner or later. And the last part is to be cautious of projects that have unrealistic goals. In fact, you can look at it as unrealistic APYs. Things like 2,000, 4,000%. Those are not sustainable. They're just, it's kind of like Ponzi. You carry newer investors' money and hand it over to the older investors. As a project should be able to generate demand that will meet the expectations of the public. And so yeah, overall really good response by ChatGPT. I'm impressed with how well it's able to give this response. So according to me and ChatGPT, a great project should be able to meet this criteria, but we want it to tell us whether this or a particular project we're interested in is going to give us 100x. How do we go about that? Well, you simply find a project with a lot of potential in your opinion and then put that project to the test using this AI. You can ask ChatGPT specific questions about that project and then get some results out of it. In fact, let's try it out again now. Let's say I found a great project, they've been telling me it's going to be the next big thing and it has certain characteristics. I'm going to ask ChatGPT some questions about it and see what it has to say about it. The response should be quite interesting. So let's see here. Let me say I found a project with 1,000% APY. The devs have 50% of the supply and say it will be locked for like 6 months, and they're going to use the projects, they're going to use their cuts nicely for marketing. And let's say we don't know much about them. What does ChatGPT have to say about this? And again, we have a very good response. This bot is a very useful, a very good tool, telling us that there are a few red flags, the unsustainable and unrealistic returns. This is a very sad way that new investors are lured in. You shouldn't just look at, oh, it's got a high APY, I just need to lock up my funds for like 6 months. No, it's a trap. Run away. lack of information about the team. ChatGPT is also telling you, you need to be careful or look well at this project because it doesn't make sense for the developers to be people that have no idea what they're talking about. They're just looking for some kind of liquidity, to be able to sell their shares and tokens. And yeah, it's also said that we should be careful of projects with a large percent controlled by the team. If the team behind the project controls a large percent of the total supply, it could potentially be used to manipulate the market or drive up the price artificially. Let me just add, it can also be used to rug pull. Excellent answer here by ChatGPT. You should check if the project has a working product, a clear use case, and a solid plan. That is a good roadmap. ChatGPT is an excellent tool in this regards. If you have any project that you are looking into and there's anything that's bothering you about the project, instead of going to the forum where they are living inside a bubble or where they'll shut you down saying Ford, you can come ask ChatGPT. If you don't trust anyone, at least to an extent, I can see that ChatGPT is a bit reliable and unbiased when giving its opinion about a project. So you can come ask ChatGPT and then ChatGPT can give you a fairly reasonable answer based on that. So, what do I think of ChatGPT in finding the next 100x project? Well, I think AI would never be able to tell you directly whether a project can become the next 100x. However, it is an amazing tool. Whatever this bot is capable of is what you use it for. Do you want to know what's not a robot but still capable of helping you find the next 100x projects? Well, that's SSM Crypto. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment down below on any other project or topic you'd like me to cover, and I hope to see you next time. Stay safe and take care.